What's up guys, this is Astranox. In this video I'm going to showcase Closer Charles in RTA. This was like 5 days ago. I was climbing, it is rank 1500 up to 800 or 700. My rank it was when I was climbing with Closer Charles. So this build, man, it feels like it's a perfect build, really. This hero with this build, like I've slowed the hero down, less speed, so I'm able to have, of course, more stats, so I can hit harder and I can actually have good survivability. And I have him on the Charon artifact, so basically I have, when I use skill 3, the evasion buff is 50% evasion increase, plus the artifact, so 70% evasion right there. Plus I have a nice amount of health, maybe you didn't notice yet, but it's over 13,000. I'd like to push that even further by reforging some of my gear. I have, I think, 2 pieces with effect resistance. You know, I was in the struggle to not shuffle gear too much around, and I was trying to boost his survivability and make him hit like a freight train. And he really hits like a freight train. And I actually have him on speed and unity build. So there's the potential dual attacks. And you guys know how deadly his skill 1 is. He of course has 15 skill ups. And the lower his health with the Charon artifact, the more damage he's going to be able to do. And I mean, he hits so hard with the skill number 1, man. You will see some of those numbers are quite ridiculous. So Closer Charles, man, he's closing deals, right? He is a hero that you use to clean up. If you have a team that is fast, if you have a team that can push someone's health, you know, at 30% or less, then you're going to be able to trigger his passive, which gives him 50% CR push. So that means you can build him much lower, and you can actually, you know, hit super hard that way and have good survivability. And on top of having, you know, imagine like I have 13,000 health, and I could push that to 14, maybe 15,000 health. Defense is lacking. It could be around 1,000, let's say. But imagine with 70% evasion. Like, you can do some pretty insane stuff when you have evasion. Of course, you need to be lucky. So right here, I have Summertime Hysteria. For my people, you know what? She's hard to set up. She's a hard hero to set up. You need to have a team around her. And the bombs, you know, they are not reliable to land on people. But what is reliable about bombs is the detonation will stun them unless it gets cleansed, and she can do that back to back. The stuns will be happening if she lands the bomb, and it's really helping me out when I decide to use her. But I cannot use her as much as a light or dark hero, of course, because, you know, you have to set her up with Celine, Cerise, I mean. You need a AoE opener. Anyways, that's beyond the video. Just wanted to get that out because, you know, I got some comment like, did you just say that Summertime Hysteria has reliable bombs? Of course not. Like, that's not what I meant. What I meant was, when the bomb is on the target, what is reliable is the detonation will equal stun. That's the reliable thing. But putting bombs on the target, that is not reliable unless you have 100% chance on the artifact, and then there's 50% innate resist, then there's the effectiveness versus effect resistance check, and elemental disadvantage. Anyways, yeah, just saying. Okay, so back to Closer Charles. Closer Charles, I mean, with that build, it really feels like sort of like a perfect build, because you're using everything to your advantage. Now, like, you are boosting his survivability, so that means he's gonna live longer. That was the point of the build. I wanted to make him live longer with the evasion. That means he doesn't get taken out so easily, which means he's gonna be there for the cleanup process near the end, and you want him to stick around till the end. That's the thing. That's where he shines the most, because as soon as you start to, like, if you have like a bunch of enemy heroes, right, and one is lowered at 30% HP or less, you just need to hit that hero with 1 damage. Like, it could be a tanky hero like a knight, you know, that's scaring Aureus, whatever. They just hit the target, it will trigger the CR push of Closer Charles, And that is so much burst damage when it comes down to cleaning up, man. Like, it's ridiculous. Imagine you have Sash Itain in your team as well. Like, the enemy will be in the struggles. Like, I've been climbing like really well when I was using this build with Closer Charles, and I was able to like add him in different playstyles. To be honest, like I was even running double knight himself, and I don't know if it was a second damage. I think it was a second damage dealer, just in case, you know, you don't want to go with the one damage dealer in there. But I always have my Fallen Cecilia that is on a bruiser build, so that's like, you know, half a damage dealer. But you can see that her damage is actually quite high, you know, for a knight, of course, because I have her built with crit damage. My stats, my gear for Closer Charles are at the end of the video. The stats of my other heroes are at the end of the video as well. So man, with the evasion, like Violet is in the struggles. I mean, he's an evasion based hero, so you guys know how dangerous it is. You know, Closer Charles, I like to have him on speed set because he has 115 base speed. So, you know, he gets nice amount of stats because of that, nice amount of speed. But you could definitely have him on something else. Like, imagine if he was on something like a counter Unity set. Like, of course, immunity is great, but in this case, I was using Bastion of Pelusia on Rose, which is giving him immunity plus a thick barrier at the start of the battle. So that works. Now, if you cannot outspeed the enemy, you know, you cannot have the turn number 1, then immunity is gonna be recommended, right? Like, you should run him on speed immunity. Maybe running him on counter immunity could lead to some really interesting stuff. Now, his base defense is garbage because he's a thief, and it's very important that you initialize with your team so you're able to have Closer Charles go before the enemy, because you need to get that evasion buff up. Now, evasion buff can be removed, and evasion you know, has its downfalls. Like, you can use a hero that doesn't hit you but can remove your buffs, you know, like a Flan, like a Falcon or Clary. You can land defense break on the evasion based heroes because you are not like trying to hit them, so you don't have to go through the hit check. Because if there's a hit check, you need to make that happen before you can actually land your debuff. But if there's no hit, if you're using a non-attack skill, then there you go. Now, you can see that he's tanky, so he's able to take, you know, a beating, almost like allowing him to be in sort of like, he could be in a turn 2 team kind of deal. But you're gonna really need to like stack those layers of protection. You're gonna need to have, you know, Fallen Cecilia barrier. You're gonna need a maxed out Aureus. And if you can get like a defense buff, like on a hero that can apply defense buff faster than the rest of the damage comes in, yeah, you could make that happen. But it would be preferable if you get the evasion buff of Closer Charles to be on him ASAP. That is really one of his weakness. If you cannot have, you know, fast heroes that can initialize against the enemy to lower someone at 30% HP or less, that's definitely gonna be an issue because you cannot activate him. And if you have him on a slow build, that's gonna be even worse. So a lot of interaction between myself and this player, pretty hyped about fighting me. And you can see, you know, I'm running double knights right there, Rose and Fallen Cecilia. So I'm definitely putting the Bastion of Pelusia to good use on Rose. Having a Rose that can have the attack buff for Closer Charles actually help you for dealing more damage. And players might not expect it. Like, early in my picking phase, you can go back to where I was picking. I like to pick like Fawn CC first, and then I pick like a Rose. I pick like a Rose plus Closer Charles, something like that, or maybe another hero. But if I want to take like RGB heroes, Ice, Fire, and Earth heroes, I will, you know, take my my knights, my tanks, and light or dark hero or heroes like initially, and then I will keep the RGB hero for the end because I don't want to get counter picked initially, and you don't want to pick your damage dealers early on when you're picking an RTA. And like that, the enemy is like, what is he doing? Like, he's running a Fallen CC. Is she gonna be like on a bruiser build? Maybe they don't expect that. And my ban, I don't even remember what I was banning. I don't even ban Arbiter Vildred. That's the greatest thing. I was having struggles with Arbiter Vildred because he deals so much damage and I don't have sustain. But with Closer Charles build like that, I'm able to, you know, take his S3, especially if I can get the evasion buff going. If I have Aureus, if I have, you know, Rose, super helpful, man, with the application of barrier that scales off of her defense. It really allows you to stay in the battle longer She can provoke, she can give, of course, attack buff, and she's definitely a solid hero. Like, you should not be sleeping on Rose. She doesn't have the best of, you know, base speed. She does have exclusive equipment that boosts her speed up to 10, but the base speed is like 98, which is really low. So it's not going to be a hero that you want to put your best speed gear on, but if you're going to be fighting like a tanky team, right, you could have a Rose in there and they're going to be like, do I bring 2 speed heroes? Maybe not, because they're going to mess up their team composition. They're not going to be able to stack those layers of protection. They're not going to be able to be really tanky and have sustain if they decide to go with 2 speed options. Right? I mean, if they want to bring like an Assassin Sid to contest me, that's not going to work because I'm going to have 2 high speed heroes. And even if the Assassin Sid initialize, I'm still going to be able to survive with 3 heroes or all 4 heroes, and then he's going to be in the struggles. If I went with double Knight, let's say they both have Aureus, then he's not going to be able to pop someone, even with the Soulburn. If he does have the Soulburn, he needs a mage with Tegil's Ancient Book. Maybe it's going to be a Carrot, but then he won't be able to Soulburn Carrot. So unless she's slow, and then he's able to build the rest of the souls in time. But yeah, it's definitely a very powerful build right there. I feel like that's really it. Like, you really need to make him slower, hit harder, and, you know, most importantly, boost his survivability. Because if he goes down, that's done. It's done, son. Like, you need to keep him in the battle so he can clean up. And there's gonna be some really cool moments when you're going to be able to stay alive, and the damage is just ridiculous with the skill 1, as you've noticed. And I mean, I have him on Unity because those pieces worked with the rest of his stats to get him to where I wanted. And also, I mean, I could have better stats if I didn't go with Unity, I believe. And yeah, I mean, I wanted to try with having more chance to dual attack. I mean, what is it, 4% increased dual attack chance? You have a base of 5, so that's 9%. So yeah, really cool. And it really, like, he ramps up like so hard. He snowballs so hard. When the battle gets going after like 2-3 turns, there is going to be someone at low health. If you didn't make that happen, then maybe you didn't draft properly. Like, you need to have enough offense, but then you need to balance it. Like, have a balance of like survivability increase, you know, like I'm running double Knights, let's say. Like, this helps to keep me in the battle longer if the battle drags on. But I'm able to close those battles, finish those battles, clean up before it even drags on in a lot of cases. So that's definitely like a feel good when it happens. But if the battle does drag on, I have the constant bears from F.O.O.L and Cecilia. I can barrier from Rose. And there's the constant evasions on Closer Charles. And they try to take him down. But then they're like noticing, oh man, he's actually really tanky. I cannot take him down. And then there's the evasion buff. That's the thing. They're just trying to focus him down, but then the rest of my team is like damaging them, disrupting them. There's all sorts of things you can be doing. So if you make him tanky, you don't have to worry about him staying alive. You can just, you know, focus on you know, keeping the rest of your group alive. But yeah, if you can boost his survivability with assistance, you know, cleansing, you can bring some barrier healing, is gonna definitely help, because later on he's gonna be crazy. So you can see that's my gear, man. Speed, immunity, unity, but immunity would be best really. If you cannot, make sure you go first. And the Shepherd of the Hollow, the Chiron artifact, definitely pushing that survivability and the damage increase when his health drops lower. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wanted to get that out like a few days earlier, but I had to delay it because a lot of stuff is going on. I have a lot of projects for Epic 7, so definitely stay tuned for all that. Let us know what you guys think about Closer Charles' build, guys. Like, have you guys tried him with something similar? How was your experience? Because it was going really well for me, and I feel really strongly about this build, and that's definitely like sort of like the way he should be built. I feel like that's really it. If you're looking for an emulator, a new phone, or a guild on the global server, check the description of the video. So yeah, let us know about your thoughts in the comment section. That's going to be it for this one. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all you do. Peace out for now.